I would like to do some more world building though. Show us what the rest of the world's like. Okay, New York, Egypt. I mean, Cairo, probably. Taj Mahal, I don't know what the other one was. And I don't know, that was Italy? That's that one castle in that lake that you see in all those pictures. So somewhere in Europe. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are here with another episode of Apocalypse Hotel. I suppose I should bring this up before anything else. I have said a number of times in the recordings, these episodes we'll be doing, that it was my belief that this show only has or will have 8 episodes. I think I was maybe looking at AniList or something like that, that I saw it listed as it being a 12 episode run. So I might be entirely wrong about this, and this might just be a full, normal season. So that said, I don't know what to expect. I've already, I'm still going to watch to the end. I'm not going to drop it at 8 episodes if it turns out to be 12 episodes long. But having put out there that my belief that it was only going to be 8 episodes, I don't know how that's going to affect anything. I think it, in fact, might lower my estimation of the show, considering that it felt like we were still adding filler to what already felt like 8 episodes. And I feel like we're drifting away from the very serious sub matters that the show seemed to have wanted to deal with, to lean into the comedy. And I'm sorry, it's been to the detriment of the show, in my opinion. But again, I also don't think this is based on any existing media. So it's not like they're ruining a thing, they're developing their own thing. And I feel like that is more valuable than recreating existing media. So I'm not like trying to shit on them. I'm really hoping the show pulls back to what like episode 1, episode 3 sort of could have been. Or we're not pretending, portending to want the show to be about. So I'm hoping for a return to form, but that's my worry, and that's the thoughts I'm throwing out there. Ahead of it, the rest of that though, we do have a board. The stuff did change. So with those changes comes the board changelog. I added our 2 new aliens. I connected our original alien to the male tentacle creature with a green line. He said he's my friend. He didn't say he's our friend. And obviously I connected the female tentacle to Yashio, and I connected both of them to the Tanuki family, because they all seem to have gotten along pretty well. Oh, also, obviously, I connected them to each other with a white line, because it turns out I guess he was just using her, but she really was in love, so purple arrow from her to him. That is the board. I do come with notes. No matter how an episode goes or a show turns out, I typically have thoughts about it no matter what, so still have notes. I've said this just about every episode that it's shown up in, but I really don't care for the bonus missions. They make no sense, they don't fit into the story, and more than that, they are clearly only there to provide levity in an already lighthearted scene. The show has this dark undertone, supplemented with this understanding of our current position, then punctuated by lighthearted moments. The artificially inserted "ha ha, you did a thing, here's a surprise," completely unnecessary. The magazine that the alien pulls out this episode is obviously fully inalien. But the thing to notice is that on the map of the solar system, it clearly starts with Earth, with a symbol on it, and then the last planet in the solar system also has a symbol on it. I would say Pluto, but 1, not a planet anymore, and 2, the planet listed in the diagram shows it to be bigger than Neptune, which Pluto is not. So I'm thinking it must be some undiscovered planet. Still, the indicator on it might be pointing towards surviving humans, that or an alien base of some sort. It's not the same symbol on both planets, that's why I'm thinking maybe alien base. For a bunch of robots that go through their supplies down to each room's shower hats and keep track of everything via reports every single day, how the hell did they just suddenly run out of alcohol without knowing? And I guess, aside to that, the horror that it must be to be the bartender bot for all of these months where they were trying to make alcohol, literally unable to serve the purpose for which they had been designed. The top of the owner's Scotch whiskey label translates to, "Enjoy this beautiful Scotch whiskey that resembles a newborn supernova." In the flashback scene, we see that Yashio is the last of the humanoid robots, but also that there used to be 7 of them in total. Really pushing that whole last one left to carry out this dream narrative we have going on. Also, that she seems the last one from the first 100 years. We are now almost pushing double that. I have to assume that would mean that she could go at any time now, especially with these dumb mission rewards damaging her every time they go off. Also, make that hot springs and launch a rocket are the only 2 goals left unattained. And my last note here, it only occurred to me last time I was watching. The book at the end of the episode is clearly Ponko's, filled with pictures and such of the hotel, making me worry that it might simply, sorry, I've written a word here that doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I apologize at the beginning of this recording that I had wrote these middle of the night without sleep, making me worry that it is a some portend of the end of the show. That Ponko takes over the hotel after Yachio shuts down or something, and this is a scrapbook of their childhood. Again, leaning into the serious aspects, the dark undertones of the show, that we seem to go, here's my hope. Here's my hope at redemption. That we are going hard into the jokey stuff, the lightheartedness, all that stuff, because we're about to hit a really hard end, a sad ending, or this is all in the robot's mind and she's been, turned off all this time. Something dark and unexpected. Because, just like the way that they showed the dead human corpse floating in space at the end of a jokey episode, the fact that all humanity has essentially died, or, left Earth, rather, at the end of episode 1, that the dark undertones are still there, and they're working their way to hitting us with it all in one go. I'm hoping that's the thing, and that we just don't end this show on a happy, none of those dark things actually really mattered. That sort of thing. Don't want that. But anyway, that was my last note. So nothing left to do here but to hop on in and see what the new episode has for us.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, so it's been 100 years. So wait, does it mean it's been 250 years? Because they arrived. So originally they only came 100, they came 50 years later. It's been a century, so it's been 250 years. Quarter of 1,000 years. Sorry. While I was doing the math in my head, or actually, while I was considering the fact, am I right that a century is 100 years? I missed a little bit of text. Something to throw it out there so you guys know where my mind is at right now. Did they fix their spaceship? Did Dad say, that they'd fix their spaceship, because if not, they've got nowhere else to go. Which, you know, might lead to the ending credits of the show, where it seems like ECR robot has them traveling the world. Also, yeah, I guess I was gonna say, why would you leave? But at the same time, it's been 100 years. You could have just gotten bored. Oh, they just built a house.
Yo! 何してんだ？
あ、ダジェちゃんお久しぶり。
なんだこの建物。
ポンコたちのお家、宇宙船解体して作ったの。
And yet, it's bigger than your spaceship.
私もそろそろ頑張っちゃおうかなと思いまして。
宇宙船治ったのですか？
あ、それはかなり前に諦めていました。もうこのまま地球に住みます。
近くにお家建てるから今まで通り働けます。
Oh,
残り
okay.
の宇宙船も分解して増築する予定。
はあ、まあいいんじゃねえか。
でもね、ポンコ一つだけ
Also, weren't you gonna
心
kill
配な
them
の。
the moment they left the hotel?
地球にはいつかハルマゲドンっていうのが来てね、文明を全部滅ぼすらしいよ。
へえ。
Armageddon already happened.
まあまあまあ、何百年も前に地球で流行った噂ですよ。は？
I was say, or are we gonna experience a different Armageddon?
ああ。
I mean, I'll have you know that we can't repave those streets. Or fix any of those buildings.
Damn it!
Yeah, I mean, the ECR robot is the only robot with combat ability.
忙しくねえとこ失礼するぜ。
あら、環境チェックロボさん、お久しぶりです。
へい、やちよ。とんでもなくヘビーなことになりそうだぜ。
ハルマゲドンだ。あれ、やちおちゃん。ああ。ふぐり、お父さんたちは
Okay, the
目の前で
kids.
倒れてるぜ。
飛んできちゃったの？
ECR saved the
家に
kids.
運べるか。
お父さんとお母さんとおばあちゃんが死んじゃった。
まだ死んだとは決まってねえ。なんとかやつの目を盗んで連れてこねえとな。お客様です。
Oh, you fucking blocked the front door? Again, I don't think we can fix this shit.
のむ。じゃあ、これだ。
愛すべきお客様にハートフルな京都最高の笑顔を。ようこそホテル銀
How the hell are you gonna punch them for shitting in the halls, but not this one for busting down your front door?
少々お待ちくださいませ。こは気持ちよく眠って美味しい食事を食べて快適に過ごしていただく場
I
所で
mean, I
す。
appreciate they're trying to figure this out, how to communicate with aliens that they can't language of.
ピリポパピルタ、プーパリプポ。
これはアドベ成形の宇宙語ですね。
Adobe.
ピリポパピルタ、プーパリプポ。言語選択完了。お客様、大変申し訳ございません。もう一度お願いいたします。
我はこの星の文明を滅ぼしに来たもの。
Already done.
それでしたらすでに滅んでい
Also,
ます。
Harmageddon is working on me.
ここ
It's
に
building up. I love
周
Harmageddon.
囲を見ませんでしたか？
どこも同じなのか。
はい。
文明を作れるような知的生命体もいないのか。
知的というならば、私のような人工知能を搭載したロボット。生命体というならば、霊長類以外のイノシシやクマなどの動物たちくらいで。動物たちくらいです。
お前たちロボットは何をしている？
このホテルを運営しています。
理解できんな。
人類、この星の生命体はいずれ戻ってきます。
Does that help your argument?
わかりません。私たちは待つだけです。
いつから待っている？
250
約
years?
400
Ah,
年前
damn
で
it.
す。
Even longer.
400年。誰も帰ってこ
The
なかったん
100 years
だ。
the whiskey. That must be
1000
what
年
I'm
の旅を
forgetting.
しているのかもしれません。それ
Ah,
に
that wouldn't matter.
誰も来なかったわけでは。
Where's the 400 years come from?
当ホテルはあなたのような地球外生命体のお客様も受け入れていますので。ホテル内での破壊行為はおやめください。
Okay. I mean, if you could aim that down, we could get that
ご宿泊はされますか？
hot springs drilled. Then an ECR robot could have done that for us too.
だが金はない。
春曲げ、ケンガローに泊まるんだ。
Can maintenance bot fix the door? I do love how we keep robbing that goddamn bank.
確かに文明は滅んだようだな。
はい。
なんだここは？
温泉予定地です。
温泉？
穴を掘ると地下からお湯が湧きます。
それで
人類が帰ってきたらホテルの名物となってお客様がたくさんいらっしゃいます。
We need to shoot the ground, man.
文
Help
明
us
が
out.
栄えるということか？
結果的にはそうなりますね。
ご機嫌だな。
There we go. Answers that
久々に
question.
腕が鳴るかい？大将には頭が上がらねえよ。
続いてこちらの地球外生命体アンケートにご協力くださいませ。
何？
当ホテルを快適にご利用いただくため前もって皆様の修正などをお伺いしております。
Is he like a von Neumann probe
ありがとうご
where
ざいます。
he's,
ではお部
you
屋
know,
にご案内い
recreates
たします。
himself and then
その前に
goes out to destroy intelligent civilizations?
国国を預けたい。
Okay. I thought he was a robot.
春曲げ、なんかかわいい。ブランブランしてる。
He is a mech or
あの側なんじゃねえか？
a mobile armor or whatever you call them. The Starship Troopers thing. From the book, not the movie.
バンカウガリー！ああ、無事だったか。なんだこのカンガルーは。どけ！
Yeah, kind of really defeating the whole no people here, just animals.
側は関係なかったな。
ディナーをご用意できますがお食事はなさいますか？
But also, stop fucking destroying the
この星には
hotel.
ヌデルがいるのか？これを頼む。
大変申し訳ございません。ヌデルの黄昏ソテーは材料が切れてしまっております。ヌデルは50年ほど前に1匹出ただけで。
ヌデルが1匹だけ？
はい。他のお料理はすべてご用意できます。
では任せる。
ご満足いただけてよかった
See,
で
she
す
said 50 years ago. I've been keeping the math on the dates. I'm confused by the 400 years thing.
ね。どうしました？
Because it was almost nearly twice the amount of time that I was thinking.
ヌデルは単独行動しない。案の定地中で眠っていた。これがこの星にいるすべてだ。
ほっといたらヤバヤバヌデルまみれじゃん。
明日からの食事はこれでいい。頼めるか？
かしこまりました。
Now my worry is that he's going to stay here for a really long time. And if humans ever do come back, he's going to be here to kill them. All of them. No. I didn't see that at all. Also, I don't think she can. She's got programming, but I've never seen her actually feel emotional. I guess she's been emotional about everything. It came from nowhere, sorry.
では朝礼に向かいます。
ベルを鳴らした。
お気になさらず 何かご用でしょうか？
No, do worry about it. Stop fucking breaking the hotel.
この星にあった文明を知りたい。共に来い。
はい。
This isn't romance, this is force.
なんだってんだ。
I would like to do some more world building though. Show us what the rest of the world's like. Okay, New York, Egypt. I mean Cairo, probably. Taj Mahal, I don't know what the other one was. And I don't know what that was. Italy? That's that one castle in that lake that you see in all those pictures. So somewhere in Europe. I guess depressing for Yachio.
生命体は自らの進化を抑制できない。わかっただろう。この星の文明がいかなる結果をもたらし。
なぜです。
ん？
なぜこのようなことをなさったんですか？
Yeah, I mean, this is literally a harmful
今日は
event.
調理担当ロボさんと大型冷蔵庫の修理、ドアマンロボさんの定期メンテナンスの予定がありました。その後は温泉を掘り進める予定もありました。あなたは何の確認も取らずに私を連れ出し、結果的にそれらの業務を遅らせたのです。
I mean, yeah, again, force, like I said
影響
before.
を及ぼすかお考えになったのでしょうか。そもそも文明が発展したことと人類が地球からいなくなったことに因果関係は認められません。普段文明を滅ぼす際も誰かの都合などまるでお考えになっていないのかもしれませんね。結論として今回のあなたの行為は意図的な業務妨害と判断します。
Making you a bad guest. You know, in addition to the fact you fucking destroy everything.
春曲げ、こんな遅くまで女の子引っ張り回して八千代ちゃんのこと好きなの？本気じゃないなら変なことしないで。
俺は本気じゃなかったことはない。お前は一体何を言っている？
文明滅ぼすくせに鈍感なのね。
I mean, also, he didn't dive into the bottom of the ocean. So, again, I'm still wondering about the underwater habitats. Oh, another alien? Show up with the apocalypse alien?
いるぞ、ドクター・ベクルックス。ああ、ついに追い詰めたの、キャプテンアビオ。
Oh, we're in another anime. I got it.
マイティー！マイティー？
Yeah, we're like in Dragon Ball GT all of a sudden.
宇宙の厄災と呼ばれる貴様を通し、私も敵を討つ。マイティー！ヒーローズ！
Did not expect this. Though I legit did mention at the very beginning of the show I was worried that this would happen at some point and did not want it. I mean, I get what we're doing. But I refer you back to what I said at the beginning of the episode where I was hoping we were going to go back to the dark undertones that the show seemed to present itself as. Again, though, this is him outside of his battle suit. I guess this is like, what if Iron Man was actually Superman inside the suit, but also a cat alien? I'm assuming you describe that as a cat. I guess expressing that the villain of their story changed because of staying at the hotel for one day. But not in a meaningful way. He didn't sacrifice anything. He just stood in front of it.
平然ちゃんのおかげで元通りだね。
はい。お、傷が。
お客様がお戻りです。
お帰りなさいませ。怪我をされています。
It's fine. I also killed 4 guys that you didn't even know were here.
なぜ放っておかない？
滞在中のお客様が怪我をされたのです。放っておくホテリエなどいません。どうぞ。
I think the idea I'm supposed to be getting is that this guy doesn't stick around anywhere or kills everyone before he ever has a chance to really meet them. So this is like the first time he's ever really had someone to talk to.
俺が厄介ではないのか？
少し困ったお客様ではありますね。
それでも従うのか？
いいえ、時には追い出したり、殴らせていただくこともあります。
You chased out anybody. You punched one. Well, maybe the backstory guy or woman that chewed her out.
私のことは壊さないでくださいね。
この辺りを案内してほしい。無理なら断れ。
ご案内します。では、こちらへどうぞ。
Did not expect a romance subplot.
やはり。
Especially when I thought the opening had this whole, like, fading of the light into the darkness and, you know, leaving her behind and everything.
寂しい。よくわかりません。
虚しくはないのか？
虚しい。よくわかりません。
It's weird showing her having difficulty communicating with him, but then the animation showing her quite clearly talking to him at length about stuff.
文明が発達した末に起こる出来事を何度も見てきた。
よくわかりません。
I mean, ultimately, though, you're falling in love with a robot. I mean, which is fine, fair enough. I think Her was probably a good movie. I didn't actually see it, but I like the premise.
すまなかったな。
いえ、有意義な時間をお過ごしいただけましたでしょうか。
そうだな。そうかもしれん。
お役に立ててよかったです。
Of course, he will destroy humanity if they ever do come back.
チェックアウトする。手続きしてくれ。
決まっていたのなら、もっと早くおっしゃってくださればよかったのに。
長くとどまれば、それだけ私を倒そうとする者がやってくるからな。
To be fair, you're destroying civilizations. It's not like out of nowhere.
この度はご利用ありがとうございました。
世話になった。
Also, a name that I gave you that you respond to.
何を言っている？
だって
どうしました？
だってせっかく宇宙船ペアシートにしといたんだよ。
いつやった？
そんなのいつだっていいじゃん。実際にやったのお父さんだけど。
ポンコさん、お客様の私物に触れてはいけません。
Well, technically, it's not in the hotel.
でもやちおちゃんのためだったから。
はい。私は何もお願いしていません。
Don't tell me.
そうだけど。
Yachio's gonna leave the hotel and we're gonna go off this whole other thing. Okay, thank God. No.
またのお帰りをお待ちしております。
行っちゃうよ、本当に行っちゃうよ、やちおちゃん。
そうですね。
What did he shoot? Oh, the hot springs thing, of course. I said at the beginning.
何すんだ春マゲ、やっぱり怒ったのね、に持ってたのね。
I guess implying that there actually was a hot spring down there the whole time. 400 years of digging didn't get there. Yeah, it's a mixed bag, isn't it?
春マゲ、
なんでしょう。私の中からも何か温かいものが湧き上がってきます。
やちおちゃん、それが恋、恋の。
Better not be a hidden mission. Nope. That's the same thing she got when she punched him, right? No. God, it was episode 2's mission thing. Pussy Kangaroo. Next, SRW. Addie. Sorry, I guess I thought cat. Turns out it was a kangaroo. And that's the episode that we got a special ending for? Crazy. Sorry, in the chat, Phil Fisher has been appreciating the addition of mecha and superhero to the show. Where I think I have been clearly against it the entire time, because again, it's not the show. Ultimately, this happens a lot of times when we do seasonal anime review, is that the show that we get, based entirely on a trailer, who either didn't have any words or did not understand, does not match the show. I think, God, I can't remember. It was a Science Saru show a couple of years ago that looked crazy. It looked fucking crazy, and we were like, oh yeah, let's watch it. And then it made no goddamn sense for all but 2 episodes, the first and the last, right? Legit one of the worst. And, I don't know, there was another show, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was the only show that we've ever quit, and we literally quit 1 episode from the end because it didn't matter anymore, and we decided to pick up Zom 100 instead, which, by the way, we also didn't finish for other reasons. We didn't finish Zom 100 because it went on hiatus for a couple of months, and we had to fill the slot in with another show. And by the time it came back from hiatus, one of the co-hosts was no longer there, so we just never went back to it. Because if we did go back to it, it would be just me, and I read well past where the anime would have gone in the manhwa. Actually, sorry, manga. Sorry, it's Japanese, not Korean. So manga. I had read well past the manga, well before the show had even come out. Like, I was excited for Zom 100 because I read the manga, and then I realized all I was doing while reacting to the manga, reacting to the anime, was comparing it to the manga. So that was just not a good experience either way. So there was no point in me picking it back up, because also it didn't seem like anybody really cared. So anyway, false expectations is what I'm getting at. The trailer that we watched for this show seemed about melancholy, seemed about depression, about loss, finding yourself in a world that no longer needs you. That was the emotional buildup that inspired me to watch the show. So, I expected like a slow fade into darkness sort of thing. And episodes like this, which are lighthearted, except for, of course, the one bit where we get shown the rest of the world and how it's like fallen apart and humans are nowhere, etc. That didn't change anything. We already think humans aren't anywhere. the idea the show's been pushing for us is that humanity is dead. So having it show us that they aren't anywhere is just reinforcing that. And it doesn't cover the questions I do have. Like, are they in space? He doesn't mention humanity anywhere, even after he sees what humanity is. He doesn't dive into the ocean, so we don't know what happened to the underwater places that we saw in episode 1. And that was, like, essentially the entire value of the episode to me. Because after that, it is what Phil Fisher said, mecha and superhero anime. And it's like, that's not why I wanted to watch the show in the first place. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm still enjoying it. It's just not what I wanted or expected. Because again, if I wanted a superhero anime or a mecha anime, I probably would have picked a shonen show, right? And we had Yachio in the lineup, right? I believe that was like the only show of that type in the top 10 to have been voted on. So we could have just been watching the samurai show from, God, I don't know how far back. Apparently it's a storied show. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hate to like end an episode just like talking about how disappointed I am, especially on an episode that itself isn't bad. Like if I took the elements out of this, like say you took the hotel, take Apocalypse Hotel out of this, drop this into One Punch Man, for example. Like, you know, typically Saitama doesn't have to show up at every fight in One Punch Man. Most fights, in fact, he doesn't show up for. Just imagine that you labeled our pussy kangaroo as the villain, and those 4 guys are just 4 heroes from the Hero Association that showed up to defeat him, and then again this big old fight. It would just be a good episode of One Punch Man. That's all it would be. So it just feels out of place here, and that's my disappointment. I understand. I'm just rambling in a circular logic about how I'm disappointed and then trying to justify it. I guess there is no way to justify it. I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm gonna end the episode here because otherwise it's gonna be more of this. Tell me how I'm wrong in the comment section. You know I'm probably gonna read it even if I disagree with you. So I think that's gonna be it for this one. I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?